And then she brought her chair back out here. Sue did.
Oh, right. Slid it up here. Okay.
Yeah, she kind of squeezed in there.
Okay, I'll just be right here. Okay, this is Natasha and Trang.
Good afternoon.
And we're going to start with having both of our young ladies tell about their educational background in their home country and their education in the United States and their plans for the future when they return to their country. So, Trang, would you like to start this
Yes,
time?
I can start.
Okay. Sorry.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Trang from Vietnam, and I graduated from the Vietnamese National University College of Foreign Languages in 2004, and I started working as an English teacher since then. I got my first master in English linguistics in 2007, and now I came to United States for my second master in educational leadership at Penn State University. And my plan, actually, I'm planning to continue with my PhD because I want to do something bigger. I want to work at university because my school, my high school, like part of a university, of a bigger new university. So it's something like I want to work with the student teachers who is going to be an English teacher in the future. So I want them to be more active and more creative, so they can do more things for the Vietnamese students. Because I really believe that in the future, English will need more focus, or how can I say this? Should receive more focus from everyone, and it will give the student more opportunity to further their study and have better future. So that's what I believe, and I want to do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Natasha. I'm from Indonesia. I come from a city named Medan, somewhere in North Sumatra. I completed my bachelor degree from University of Medan. In 2011, I took applied linguistics, and currently my boyfriend and I, we are running an English course in Medan, focusing on for the students who come from low-income family, because in my country, English, especially in my hometown, English is a kind of privilege. So at school you don't learn English just like for communication, so you learn English like theoretically, and not many students like that. So especially when they want to pursue education in other countries, they need English, of course, and they have to take some kinds of standardized test, TOEFL test like that, or IELTS, and they have to go to an English course. But the problem is competitive learning is a kind of issue in my country. They have to pay lots of money for the kind of system. So I come from not high income family, so I know how it feels to get education. So that is why I want to be teachers. So right now I'm taking master's degree study in urban education in New Jersey City University, focusing on ESL, English for second language, because in Indonesia we don't have such a thing. So soon as I finish my master's, I would like to come back to my home country and then teach at university, especially teaching for the future teachers. So I believe my role will be more effective instead of going to school and teach the students, because by teaching the teachers, you will teach more. That's great. So I think it will be a great opportunity for me to share the education and the knowledge I get here from here. Thank you.
Now, both of these young ladies, this is their first year as our scholarship recipients. So they have only been in the United States for a couple of months, and I'd like for them to tell you maybe a couple of their favorite experiences since they've arrived in the United States. And it might be something that you've done with a co-sponsor or
Yeah.
someone you've met on campus.
Right.
I can
Trang?
Yeah, I can start like.
She's ready.
Yeah. So when you mention co-sponsors, I have a lot of things to say. Actually, like my co-sponsor lived quite far from my place. So there was one Sunday they came to visit me, and we went to a Vietnamese restaurant in my area, and we tried the food there. And I became the food critic because because I
Authentic or not?
yeah, something like authentic or not, something missing or something like that, and how you should try it in a way like use chopstick or something, and it was really fun experience for all of us. And also, I must say that since day one, I have received a lot of support and care, a lot of mails, letters, and packages. I feel like every day is Christmas. Yeah. Yeah, I really love the experience, and that's with the co-sponsors. And for the school, I have joined volunteer activities. Not really. I'm attending a volunteer training for the Women Resource Center at Penn State. The focus is on what is it? Domestic violence and sexual assault. So I will be the hotline advocate and counselor. So I will take the hotline call, something like that. So I was in the middle of the training. The training will finish this December, and I'm so excited to start working as a volunteer since January, from the same January, and this is something I also feel so excited about. And I think beside my study, I take all the opportunities I can on my campus to like interact with other students from other countries so that I can learn from them, and also the American students and American life. I have visited some American home for the meals and conversation, and I also attended some events organized by the Christian Fellowship, International Fellowship in my school. So I met a lot of American, very lovely people and international students from many countries. So I believe that's the greatest experience. Just in 3 months, so I don't know, in 2 years, how much more I can. Yeah.
Natasha?
Yes.
Well, yeah. I've been here for 3 months, and every single day is interesting, exciting, especially being here. Well, well, the first thing I learned about the United States is individualism. So I noticed that people from the United States, they go just like by themselves to buy coffee or what, but people from Asia, we go together with friends. So it's a kind of new thing for me that you make friends, but it's not the same like what I know from my country. And also I had early Thanksgiving dinner with my co-sponsor, Sue McDowell. So I had my first turkey. It's very nice that I just know that Thanksgiving only from TV, but oh my God. But when I experienced that, it's most of the time it's just like what I experienced in Indonesia, that it's about togetherness, together with family and friends, and something good to eat will not harm you. Especially for shopping with Linda.
What questions do you have that you would like to ask these young ladies? Anyone have a question?
Talk about the teaching styles of our professors compared to in your country.
All right, I can start. Actually, I haven't been to any lectures since 2007, so I just can compare from during my time and my experience here. It was totally different. So in Vietnam, during my time, the undergraduates education and graduate education, you just have like the midterm and the final. And sometimes we have presentation in class, but the grading system is different. Like you don't have like participation, it didn't count, or attendance, it didn't count. But you must be there like more than 80% of the class. You must be there so that you will meet the requirement to take the final, just something like that. But it didn't count to the final score. But in here, everything very clear in the grading system. Like when you start the lesson, when you start the course, you see the syllabus very clear, what you have to do, when you have the assignment, and how much will count to the final. So very clear to you. And there's one thing very surprised to me, that my classmates look at the score before they finish the assignment, so they will know how much effort and how much time they should spend on that.
Wow.
So as for me, I didn't do that. I just tried to do my best in the assignment. But when they told me that, I was, oh really? You should think about that? Should I think the same like that too? And I don't know, but there's something different like that. So, yeah.
That's great.
So what about you? What is your experience?
Well, in Indonesia, the lecture is practically is just like the same. The class is also the same, but the differences will be the presentation. And in Indonesia, we do lots of presentations. So for theory, I can guarantee you that we are pretty good on it. So, but in the United States, what I learned after the lecture, you have to make a kind of reflection journal. So it's not summarizing, but to reflect. So it's a little bit difficult for me at first because I was not used to it,
Right.
and then I didn't know what to do. Reflection, what should I reflect? Something like that. But it's a very great because in the United States they play with the critical thinking something. So you have to have like good thought for that. And my professors always give me food for thought. So I think it's a kind of helpful because you can start from that for writing your papers. Well, in Indonesia, they just like teacher-centered learning. So most of the time, the teacher give you deliver the lesson, what you need to do, what you need to know. But for the feedback from the students is a kind of limited, and it shapes the mind of the students in the universities to be lazy, not to think deeper than it should be. So I think it's a kind of new and something that I have to learn every single day. So it's interesting.
I also
It's
want
great.
to add one more thing is that in my country you have the course book and you just stick to it and you believe everything the teachers tell you. But here you have different sources of information. The professor will tell, okay, read this and watch this and combine everything into your writing.
Oh my God.
So I was struggling at first with a lot of reading, like 20 pages or 30 pages, and then it condensed into like 1 page writing. So I was struggling at first, but it was a great experience because it's something like I got the training with the words, expressions, and everything. And when you get the feedback from professor, it was wonderful. Like you see how progress you have made, something like that, and you gain more. You gain confidence after each week working.
You know what
So,
to improve next.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you see as the biggest need of schools in your country?
Okay.
Well, the biggest needs for schools in my country is basically actually there are lots of things there. Teachers and the students. That's the main part. Teachers need to be trained better, and students they have to get more information. And I noticed that there are lots of misconception of learning. In Indonesia, we were used to get everything from the teachers. So so it makes the reading interest in Indonesia is pretty low, very low. So because I don't even have books for to read. I mean, like, I just like go to internet, find something, but it's not the real book that you have to read, and then you get the knowledge. So what I want the students to know is reading is important, but a learning process can be fun too. So especially for teaching English, that's for the teachers. Most of the teachers, they are just stick to the old-fashioned way. They don't try to improvise with the materials. So it makes the situation or the environment, the classroom environment, it's kind of boring, and it makes the students kind of lazy, and they have the barrier to they build such a gap to learn English. So that's what I try to do in the English course that I'm running. So they have to learn English by fun learning, but communicative. The result is, it's been like a year. The result is someone who has very limited English, they could speak English like very natural, just like a natural way. They can communicate with us easily in only 1 month. It's only 20 meetings. So I think it's a kind of successful. So I want to improve that. It's a kind of ESL class. That's what I'm learning.
And Sandy, you have 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute.
So you have a chance to
Okay,
answer.
so I'm currently taking the curriculum design in my courses. And I realized many things, like the problem with my country now, like with education, is the exam system. Like you need to like kind of exam driven teaching. So even though the teachers try to innovate or be creative and do different things in classroom, whatever you do, the student must pass the test, must have a good score. So that's something very challenging for the teachers in Vietnam. So I think it comes from the exam and then come to the teachers. So there are two things there: the policy for the exam and also the teacher's mindset. So something like, I believe teaching should be for the exam, so it cannot be fun. So for English, it cannot be communicative. So something like that. So I think there's two big things need to be dealing with.
Have you girls been studying the Charlotte Danielson style of teaching?
Style of teaching?
Yeah.
Can you,
Charlotte Danielson?
I'm not
Put
sure.
that in the back of your mind
Okay.
and ask that question of your professors.
Okay, food for thought. Another
Yeah.
food for thought.
Yeah.
Something
Can
to
you?
Google.
Okay, now they want to know what it is.
Yes, I
So
have
this
to
is
write it
style
down.
of teaching, right? Styles of teaching.
Well, it says, you talk about, you don't want to listen to lecturing too much. And this is, and her philosophy is engaging students, and that's the buzzword in American education right now. Engagement.
Engagement.
Engagement. You want to engage the students.
Right.
And you're talking that you dislike lecturing, so.
Oh, I think it depends on the lecture,
Right.
right?